Hello, welcome back. I did some site searching. We found one with Haruspex, Druid's Grave for 1 nature gem. Good stuff. Caught some blood slaves. And then a couple of battles. Nothing too interesting. Night March was just me moving into the swamp adjacent to Femoria. So we've unified our army, but there's nothing there. Two Woods was Makoni's little raiding force, taking provinces back around his cap. We took control of Feral Woods with no problems, with our ghouls and stuff. Turns out there was no province defense there. And then there was a battle in the Green Sea. This is a good one. We got our Skellies and our Scratty. And they go into 70... what are these guys called again? Marrow? I think this is like 35 points of province defense maybe, or... I don't know how many you get per point. Maybe it's 70 points of province defense, which should be pretty screwed up. But we only had one water gem, since he was moving from the previous province, so... Only one water early, which dies pretty quickly, and then the Skellies die pretty quickly, unfortunately. So we got beat by... who knows how much province defense that was. Is it 72 or is it 36? Hopefully it's 36. That's pretty funny. Maybe even less than that, I suppose, I don't know. Depends how many you get per point. We also pinged Makoni again. There's some new stuff in here. The positioning's changed slightly, but yeah. Got some Moose Knights and Trolls, so he's been casting the Troll spell. Got some Fire Snakes. Couple of guys who have air gems. Quite a few, actually. I'm not sure what they're going to do in the battle, but probably air elemental or two. Other than that, pretty similar to what we've already seen. So there we are, 163 units. A couple of Trolls and Yetis, Mechanical Men. When someone starts summoning Mechanical Men, that's when they're desperate, right? Some Ghosts. It should be fine. We've got everything over here now, though, so it should definitely be fine. Makoni, a Scorching Desert. I wonder if he's casting that on himself to counteract the warm winter. King's Tomb Desert, we found a nature gem. In Bergamum, local lords are feuding. King's Tomb Desert, a very ill omen. Makoni's still breached. That's it. So the big thing this turn is we are going to storm Makoni's cap this turn. Let's go through that gigantic script. Here's all the stuff. I'm expecting some Griffins and some early, so there's some stuff at the back just to make sure they catch that. Yeah, lots of units. Lots of Giants, lines of Giants, lines of Draga, Giants, Wolves, all kinds of stuff in here. Yetis are back there. This big block of Giants, and this block of Wolves, and this tiny block of Draga are all on attack, so they'll move forwards immediately to try and take the gate. Everything else is on hold and attack. Gauges in the middle here are going to do all kinds of stuff, but they're mostly in this block with guards. The exception is there's one Gauge down here who I can't click. But he's this one. He's very diseased. He's dying. So she's just going to sit in amongst the Draga and cast regeneration on them. Other than that, we've got the Niffle Boys who are going to be doing Wave Warriors on turn 1. Give people resistances and Wound Fender. I wonder if a Wound Fender will help you not get diseased from foul air. Remains to be seen. But all of the Jarls will do that. Wave Warriors, Liquid Body, Quicken Self, and then Frozen Heart, and advance and cast spells. We've got the Gauges who are going to be spamming either Arcane Bolt or Horde of Skeletons. Big change to the scripts for the Gauges is if they can cast Personal Regen, they all do it on turn 1 for the additional Affliction resistance. So we've got Howl on turn 2 now after a regen. We've got... what else was there? There's Relief, isn't there? That's somewhere down here. I probably won't see it because I'm looking at the first spell, but there it is. The Relief after Personal Regen. We should still have Grip of Winter in the fight, yep. It'll be Anti-Magic, Howl, Grip of Winter, Relief, Light of the Northern Star, and then a bunch of Arcane Bolt spam. We've got a good mix of like Skelly spammers and Arcane Bolt spammers now. And I don't think there's anything too special other than that. My Prophet's in this battle so we can Divine Bless everything. And the other big thing is we now have 7 lifelong protections in this battle. So we get to see how effective 14 imps per turn is. Hopefully that's fine. Hopefully this goes well. The desire is that we just take this immediately with no problems and don't have too many losses. And we can immediately just snatch up all this territory and then turn our attention back to thrones. So if this goes even slightly wrong and delays us, it's gonna suck. This is Makoni's little raiding force over here. The force that was on for Moria just moved off it. I guess he was scared of this. The question is, what do I do now? He's either going to just move into Sarah's territory and then come back into me, which is possible. Or he moves back into Femoria, or he moves into Nightmarsh, which might be a sneaky play. So I'm going to sit still. I'm going to break siege in Femoria with just the mages that are here. So they're just going to spam Vine Arrows and Skellies. And I gave one lifelong protection to Niffle Festival 2020 support group. Wasn't she like one of the first Gijero I recruited? Yeah. They'll break siege, and these guys will just sit here and defend. And so, we'll see where this army goes. I'm hoping it just moves back into Nightmarsh. Be sneaky, thinking I'm going to move down. I guess we'll see. We bounced off the underwater, so we'll have to come back for that in a moment. Research is quite close to Enchantment 7 now, so we'll be able to try casting Gift of Health next turn, maybe. After that, we'll do Conjuration 6 for Bishop Fish. So that will be this guy's next job. I got a temple down in Azimar this turn. I was going to get one down in Blue Water, but now I'm worried about counterattacks from Green Sea, so I'm not going to do that just yet. Instead, I'm going to put a temple in Nightmarsh. Another reason why I wanted to sit still with this army is because if this moves up, it can threaten this temple. And if I've moved down into Femoria, I can't get back to that temple in one turn. So sitting here lets me defend either of these provinces, depending on what happens. But we'll have a temple in both of these provinces, which is going to make me worry about 2 provinces instead of 1. But I do really want to push out Dominion in this region, because we're getting pushed pretty badly. We want to take this throne back, and it's going to have 8 black candles worth of Vengeful Waters, and it's adjacent to a lake. That's going to be hard. We've got a temple here, 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 here. We want to fill up the lake with temples. And now we'll also have one here, and we are still getting dom pushed. So that's rough. But we'll see how this develops. Here's my Affliction Healers moving to Azimar. Here's my Raiders, just going to take Greenwoods. I'm also hitting Monoboa with Arouse Hunger, so hopefully we get both of those next turn as well. And hopefully this goes fine. Still doing site searching, and the big one for this turn, the really important news, is that over in Niflheim, we are now finally forging 2 lifelong protections this turn. I'm pleased with that. Let's see. We should have about 80 gems next month for nature. If this goes well, we can give the Moonvine Bracelet to my god as well. So we'll have an N8 god with at least 80 nature gems. We can alchemize a bunch of stuff too. And try and cast a big Gift of Health to knock something out of the enchantment list. But I don't know. It's risky. I imagine some of these have quite a big overcast. I imagine Foul has a massive overcast. Because... what's this guy's name again? Sarah Martyr? No, Katiz. Katiz has had a... he's had the Throne of Death all game. And isn't he already a Death Nation? Like, doesn't he have natural death income to begin with? I bet that's got a massive overcast on it. Oh yeah, he's also got Well of Misery as well. Yeah. Valera is going to be really difficult to knock out, that's my prediction. So if we want to get Gift of Health up, we better hope we put a really big overcast in and don't hit that. I would imagine Dark Skies will be easy to knock out, probably Earthblood as well, probably Eternal Pyre as well. Vengeful Water, who knows. And Mother Oak, we know how much we put into that, so I can go back and check to make sure we put in enough to knock that out if that does happen. Which would be sad, but better than not getting Gift of Health up, I think. Hopefully we don't get too many diseases in Makoni's in this battle, actually, now that I mentioned that. I think that's it for this turn. Anything else interesting happening? It's mostly just storming Makoni. Breaking siege in Femoria. Still doing reanimations. There's all my site searching. And there's the lifelong protections. I've heard, I guess we'll confirm it in the next video, that if you take Makoni's cap, you can recruit 2 Nifl Jarls here. No, 2 Nifl Giants here. Because of some weird bug with Dominions. So that would be cool if it's true. Anyway, that's 758. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time and we can confirm whether it's true or not. Or we lose the battle, I suppose. Hello, welcome back. We got our enchantment done. This does mean we can now try to cast Gift of Health. If we dare to dream to imagine. What else could we? There's lots of stuff in here. We can do Awaken Tree Lords, I guess, if we want to try that. Sepa's Blessing, Ritual of Rebirth, Life After Death, all of this is kind of useful. This has questionable usefulness. Stellar Focus is, this is changed in JBBM, it's no longer a global enchantment. It's just a ranged ritual that does Light of the Northern Star. But still requires S4 to cast, which is a bit... I like the idea of the spell if it was slightly easier to cast. I'm not sure about this. The boat. I'd love to be able to cast the boat one day in a game. I dream of casting the boat. I don't think we're going to do it this game though. Anyway. Did some spells. We found a random supply site in this desert. Did some rituals. We hit Monobo with ghouls and bounced off. He hit Abby with Black Hawks and bounced off. And then a couple of exchanges, but the big one, of course, is the battle at the fortress in Makoni. It's going to be a long one, isn't it? So what have we got here? Lots of extremely buff men. We've got some snakes and vine men. Bunch of trolls. Mechanical men. Ghosts. These oiled up dudes. Spellcasters. A couple of yetis. Griffins. All good stuff. Let's put squares on. Those griffins died immediately, which is pretty cool. You do also get in the gate. What is this? Calcotoros. Cool. Huge fire-breathing brass ball. We get up Light of the Northern Star. It was successfully cast. Unfortunately, I can't remember where she is. I think it might be this one. It is not this one. It might be this one. Stars of Fate, get the facts. She routes very quickly. She doesn't die though, but she gets hit by like, I don't know, probably one of these oiled men throws a discus at her and makes her rout. So we do have these arcane bolts for a little bit, but they vanish as soon as she flees the battlefield, unfortunately. Still having some trouble pushing into the actual fortress. Well, at least we're through the gate, I suppose. We've got relief. He does not have relief. How is your fatigue at this point? The mages are all pretty close to 100. This guy's 200. Yeah, so the mages are all asleep already. What about the soldiers? 200 fatigue. 53 fatigue. 128. So the vast majority of his army is already asleep. We've got the podcasting workshop over here. Doing some business. His real skill would be dropping into a block of mages with bodyguards. Fire Elemental's not his strong point. But he can chill there. Speed this up a bit. A lot of these guys are just frozen and dying of fatigue, I think. How's our fatigue? 12. This guy's on the front line and has 12 fatigue. Not bad. Slowly building up some imps as well. I am curious who does the bulk of the killing in this battle. Look at these imps. Not sure if they can kill trolls. Maybe they can. Where's my big guy? There he is. Yeah, this is pretty easy. Takes a little while, but can imps kill a guy and a moose? That's a tough one. This might be all that's left. A couple of mages getting eaten by wolves. Come on, imps, you can do it. My imps, of course, are also being frozen by Grip of Winter, but... Finally. He gets popped by a frozen heart. So that was Makoni. Pretty good for us. We killed everything. We lost 1 Crystal Sork and 1 Gija. And a Bone Fiend. And 14 Wolves. And 3 Niffle Giants. So all in all, pretty good. I'll just look at the map for the other battles because they're not too interesting. But one thing that is cool about Makoni, we can actually recruit Niffle Giants here, which is really weird. But hey, I'll take it. That's great. Gonna need to get the unrest and stuff down here as well. This should be a nice province. Should have 300 income. How's this province doing? This is still 267 unrest. Yeah. Pillaging that was not a smart idea, I don't think. Okay, where were the battles? Let's see. Cross swords. So, we broke Siege in Femoria, that went fine, there was nothing there. And this army just moved backwards to Stone Heavens. We saw a little tiny army attack Bythene. It's literally like 1 dude, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a mage and 5 dudes. And then a slightly larger army is now sitting on Azimar, which is this one. Still very meager though. Nothing too terrifying over here. So it's just this squad, these little things. And then what's siege me here? I think this was like 1 scout that somehow... Oh, 2 of these guys. Oh, they had gear, okay. I didn't actually watch the battle. Wow, they both got gear. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. Because there's a couple of points of province defense here. But they, clean it up pretty easily, unfortunately. I'm not sure I can stop these with anything trivial. That's unfortunate, because I had my ghouls about to break siege, but I guess they shouldn't now, because they're not going to be able to do that, are they? There's no way they'll beat those 2 guys. Are you shock resistant? No. So that's a bit awkward. Any other battles? Don't think so. Renthill, Greenwoods, Femoria. This was the Hawks. Greenwoods was this. That's all fine. One thing that was, I suppose, slightly interesting about Greenwoods is that he did actually try to defend it with a mage who had fire gems. I was quite surprised to see that these fire elementals lost to just some skellies. But the skellies just destroy these fire lilies so quick. Maybe it's because we're in cold, I don't know. And then my skellies just are on attack rear, so they just kill the mage. That went quite nice. So that was battles. I think everything else is fine. We're under siege in Azimar and Renthale, but yeah, they're not actually going to siege me down, they're just being annoying. And the podcasting workshop got into the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, he got Valor, which is not the most useful thing for a solo thug, but don't you get ore if you've got like 300 leadership or something? Is it 300? Because when I saw he had 270, I thought for sure he'd have ore 1 by now. I guess not. He is inspirational. I guess when we do Fort Storms and stuff, this guy would be a great little leader, but when he's solo raiding, not usually useful. Everything? I think that's everything. Okay. So, Big thing this turn is just splitting up all these units and taking all the provinces around here. We want to take up all this territory and try and push Makoni out of the game quickly now. So I'm putting down a temple in Makoni this turn. Special pin 0 is building that. And everyone else is splitting up. To Monoboa, we've got a couple of Nifl giants, some Draug, and the big guy. They'll be moving here, and then they'll split up again. The big guy can probably solo take provinces. So that'll be 2 little squads over here taking up this territory. We've also still got the Death Mage with the Skellies walking around. I'm not sure how much longer she's going to survive, but I'll try just hitting the throne with the fort with her. See if we can put this under siege. So those guys will try and take this territory. Into Vongar here, we've got these guys. Again, just a long line of giants. Couple of Skellies and Yetis. These guys are going the safest route. I don't think anything's going to stop us here. Because this army includes my Prophet. Prophet's going to have like 1 hit point in Vongar, because I'm sure it's like 10 dot candles. But we're just going to take these easy provinces in this direction, and then get to the throne. And set up shop on the throne and claim it and stuff. That's his job. Into 2 woods, we've got another little tiny squad. 15 giants, 6 Yetis, bunch of Draga. We've got a Jarl, some lifelong protections, stuff like that. Should you be carrying this? Is that useful at the moment? Probably not. We can always head into Aasimar if we need lab stuff. So usual sort of scripting. They'll be moving into 2 woods. And then the big red arrow going to Aasimar is everything that's diseased. There's a lot of like diseased crap. And all these units are also diseased. So all of my diseased guys are going to go to Aasimar. Because this puts us closer to our own dominion. And we are hopefully going to have Gift of Health next turn. And it's also where all of my affliction curing people are. So this Aasimar is going to be like the field hospital. Hopefully we can push our own dominion into this though. Currently Dark Candles 8. Taking this throne would be useful though. So that's 1, 2, 3, that's I guess technically 5 armies heading out in this direction, and then we can split them up even further if we need to. But yeah, you might have noticed I've alchemized a lot of gems. We've got 132 nature gems. My god's over here. I've given him the Moonvine bracelet, so he's N8, 132 nature gems. Let's try and cast Gift of Health. It would be nice if we don't knock out our own other global. Mother Oak. It would be really nice if we do knock out Foul Air or Vengeful Water or something. But I'll be happy if we just get the global enchantment off, to be honest. I really don't want to bounce off Foul Air. Katiz has had the Throne of Death and Well of Misery for like most of the game. I'm going to imagine he put a massive overcast into that. I really don't want to bounce off it. That's such a huge loss if we don't cast this now. But it'd be really useful if we do. You know what? I am going to have these guys break siege. I just rewatched the replay. First of all, one of these guys died, which I didn't even notice. I think all these guys can fuck up that one guy. Let's give it a shot. They can break siege. He might not even stick around. He might, How do I want to do this? He's going to fly in, so let's just put everything in a block. He might just go stealth now and try assassinating people, because these guys are assassins as well, right? Yeah, assassin 0. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, splitting up the army here, casting Gift of Health, let's hope that goes well. And the other big movement is just trying to catch this army now. So this army's splitting up as well, with some stuff from Femoria, and one guy from Ironport as well. So Shade Forest is going to get this army, and Duvan is going to get an almost identical army. Mostly just a couple of giants, some Rimveti, spellcasters doing usual stuff. There's some guys with lifelong protection, so there'll be imps. The plan will be to defend both of these provinces. Well, attack this one and defend this one. Depending on what this guy does, he should hit one of them. And if he doesn't, then we'll just move everything into Stone Heavens next turn. I don't really want to walk into Stone Heavens because it does have 2 points of what I assume is Katiz Dominion. And if it is, Yeah, he should be getting attacked by Vengeful Waters by sitting here, shouldn't he? So we don't want to move into Stone Heavens. We just want to stand in these provinces, and he either sits there forever, and his commander gets killed by Vengeful Waters, or he moves into us and dies. So I think this army is going to be wrapped up pretty soon as well. I think that's it for this turn. Still blood hunting where I can, and still, oh, there's an Arouse Hunger going off as well, that's right. I'm Arouse Hungering Witherland too. So that's 6 attacks this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 6 attacks. So hopefully we take a big chunk out of Makoni now, and we can keep moving down and just eat him. I don't think he's got much stuff left. This should be pretty easy to take. We know that there's a fort here, don't we, with a couple of things. Alright, gonna end turn. So that was turn 59. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next turn.